Alrighty. Welcome back, everybody, to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. If you're new or if you've been here before, this channel is dedicated for beginners. Anybody who's trying to understand or trying to study, or trying to learn 3D, has never done it before, has no experience, has maybe only opened the software to mess around with, and that's all they've done. This is for you. If you're somebody who's played around before, you might want to come back in later videos when we talk about more intermediate techniques and we're building bigger projects. This is class mode, so videos before this one we talked about what Maya was, some modeling tools to just get started. And today we're going to start our first simple project. It's going to be an object, it's going to be a prop. This video today, unfortunately, it's not going to be as long as the other ones have been. Don't have a lot of time this week, but I wanted to get you started with this project, and whoever wants to just keep working on it, while the other video drops next week, you can do that. So let's get to work. All right, so we're gonna do an object. Picked a handgun to do a prop, right? Why that? Because it's simple and we can get used to the tools that we've learned so far. Also, it's not just going to be that, we're going to give it a story behind it. Remember, if we create something, we model something, we texture something, just that image or just that render might not be enough. This has to be some sort of story behind the thing. So even though we can do a lot with simple setups, we can tell a lot in story, and sometimes clients, studios appreciate that more than a very complicated model without any history behind it and the story behind it. Okay, so let me set you up really quick. Let me show you how to set up a project first. So you want to come here to File, then you want to go to Project Window. There's going to be, I had some professors before that told me not to do this. I like doing it because I keep everything into one project folder, and I suggest everybody doing that. So we go to Project Window. This is going to open this menu, and it'll ask you, it'll tell you the name of your current project. I'm working on a personal project. Hopefully I'll finish it here in like the next few months. It's a very ambitious project. It's huge scene that I'm working on. If you want to see it, you can go to my my Instagram. I think I have some stuff in there, but I haven't updated it. I'll put my Instagram on the description below. So anyways, so you click on new, so that's gonna create a new project. I'm gonna name this 3D Age Hub, 3D Learning Hub, first project. And you can notice the way I like to set up projects is with the first letter, dividing them with underscores, and the first letter is a capital letter. That's just the way I like to do it. So this is going to put it on our Maya projects. I'll open this folder so you can see it. So this is Drive D. This is where I want to keep all of my Maya projects. So this is where, this is gonna go. I have the Alleyway project there. If you didn't want to do that, you can navigate to a storage that you want. Drive C, Drive D. Mine is Drive D. So I'll do this on YouTube channel. I'll put it right there, because everything lives there. Perfect. Actually, let me go back. Select YouTube channel. Select it. It'll be there. And what this does, it gives you this nice different folder, so you can have everything in order, right? You can have your scenes in order. You can have assets, images, anything that you find on the internet that has to do with the object or image or environment you want to build. You can put it right there. Source images. This is where I would store textures Images is gonna be where your renders will go, your test renders, anything like that. Your source images is gonna be where your reference images will go. If you have anything related to the object, any pictures, anything like that, you wanna put them in there. Your texture images will go to source images. Your clips, you have any quick renders, any play blast that you want to do, will go there. You have any sounds, you go to sounds. You got any scripts, you go to scripts, movies, and all that. Usually I find myself using scenes. That's why I'm gonna save every scene, because I want you to save scenes in multiple scenes of your project. So if anything happens where one of the scenes gets corrupted, you can go back to a previous one and you don't lose all your work. Images, source images, that's what I'm gonna use the most. In movies, when I do renders, I usually do renders because I build environments. So when we do that, we name it, we give it the location, we're gonna accept. Before I put anything on the scene, Control S. See right here what I was telling you? It knows exactly what I'm working on already, and it knows what folder I want to go, scenes. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to do handgun. Sometimes handgun. This is another net. Handgun. Underscore block out. This is not a naming convention that you can use. The first letter will be a lowercase. Second letter, first letter of the second word will be a uppercase. And always underscore it. That's just the way I like it. And also always number it 01. 01 is a block out, and then we save as. The block out stage is when we set up our play images, if we have any, if we need any, or we start just blocking out the object or the character, meaning that we're just gonna concentrate on the main shape of the objects and not worry about details. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to our 4 view. So we're gonna press the space bar. We are going to go to side X right here, because our side X, you can also show you right here. You could also, if you wanted to, you could also have left view, right view. What do I want to do? That's left X. Let's leave it on right view. Yeah, so that means right side of the grid. All right, so I'm working only with a side view of this weapon or this handgun. There's going to be other projects that you may be able to find all the blueprints, images from the top, from the side, from the front. But since it's a very simple project, simple object or prop to create, I'm only gonna work with a side view, and I do have references. I do have a folder with references to guide me. So we're gonna go to view. See right here, every single one of the views has their own menu. Okay, so we're gonna work with the view on the side X or right side, and then we're gonna go down to image plane, import image, and I'm gonna go to desktop. I should have moved that already, but to the image folder, but it's okay, I have it right here. Reference folder, I believe this is the one. Yeah, that's the one. There we go. It's right in the middle of our grid, right there. Z view going that way, X, and Y. Perfect. All right, so now another important thing to set up is going to be the numeric values, how you want to work on this, the centimeters, millimeters, inches, foot, why not. I'm going to work on inches on this one, so I'm going to go to Windows, Settings, Preferences, Settings, and we're going to work on with inches, and we're going to save. All right, so next what we're going to do, we're going to put this plane right in this line right there. Okay, then a lot of these products or a lot of these objects, you can find information about them in terms of size and weight. Weight is not very important, size is the most important online, right? So I found the size online, so I know how, the overall length it is, the overall width, and the overall height it is. So what I do, I've put my cursor, my mouse cursor on the side X, then press spacebar. I'm gonna go to create, and I'm gonna create some curves, right? Sorry, I'm gonna create some measure. I'm gonna go to measure tools, and I'm gonna measure the distance, right? So you're not gonna measure the plane where the photo is sitting on. You're gonna measure the actual inside the object, right? So the overall length for C is 6.26 inches. That's from here to here, right? So we're gonna put a point here and a point here, right? So let's select that. We want to spread it out to 6. You see the numbers moving right there. So 6.26. Let's keep moving. Oh, too much. And sometimes, you know, you can get it as close as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect, but there you go. And as you can see, you know, the picture is smaller than that. So we're gonna select the picture, press R for a scale tool, and we're gonna scale. And we can move it back in place. And we're gonna make sure that it is at the farthest point of the gun. Again, don't get too crazy about it. You know, I know I've had plenty of friends in the past and classmates and people I know, they work in the industry. They would just go crazy to get everything just exactly the same. You do have to be a perfectionist in certain point, but you can also just be okay with the just make it happen with what you have, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's that. Let's keep working on it. There we go. And I think that'll do it. No, a little bigger, a little too big. Scrunch it, and then let's pull it back. Then let's see. There you go. Talking about those friends that were kind of perfectionists. I want to get just this right. Yep, perfect. All right, so we're good. It's close enough, even though it's might be passing a little bit. No. That's close enough. All right. So we got our length, overall length. Then the width and the height should be correct now. I'm not gonna worry about the width. I'm just gonna go and double check the overall height here. And the height is 4.25 inches. That's including the magazine. And the tallest point that is right here. We're gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. 424, 425, good enough. I'm not gonna worry about it. There we go. So we are going to start rendering, right? I do have my resources here. I do have these guys. I can rotate. Right now I'm not gonna worry about them too much. I'm gonna keep looking at this as a modeling, but right now I'm just going to work on the overall shape. There is a very nice software called PureRef, which is right here. PureRef is for free. You can donate, of course, if you wanna support the developers. I will suggest go ahead and support them. Without that work, we wouldn't have this tool, so it's awesome. So I'll be using this later on after I do the whole main area, the primary form. I'll be putting my what do you call, my reference over here. Okay, so let's see. Let's keep going. So I'll show you. I told you there was two ways of modeling: the box modeling and plane modeling. For this, I'm gonna use plane modeling. And I'm gonna go create a plane. All right, plane is right there. I'm gonna rotate it. If you wanna rotate it in perfect degrees, in increments of 30, press and hold J, and then rotate. There you go. Best way I like to work, let's put it on. It's gonna be on. So this wireframe mode usually will show up in smooth shadow, and then you can also work on wireframe on shader. When I'm doing something over a plain image, I like to do it on frame mode. Alright, so let's go ahead and reduce the plane geometry to 2. That's all I need right now. We are going to line this up right here. And I might just speed this up, but I just want to give you like the bulk of what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna basically stretch this out to the point where we can start working with it. Line it as best as I can with the frame, but then we're gonna morph it. And when you're doing this, just put some good music on, a podcast show in the background if you have a second monitor, and get to work. This might be not super attractive. Make sure you're moving your geometry, right? Because I could have left that there. I don't want to do that. I want to keep those quads as close as I can to make him look the same distance, the same size. Remember, if you're working with the image, you might get pixelated as you get close, so don't get too close. Don't get married to the image so much. Just know that this is a curve right here, and eventually I will curve it like that. So maybe we want to take this out a little more, right, and get closer to that shape, right? We don't have to get married to the image like that. So now we're gonna use one of our very nice tools that we used, H tool, right? The H mode combined with extrude. I can go spacebar, edit, extrude, or I can do Control E, or I can press and hold Shift. I like to do this big drives of geometry because, like I said, we are not worried about secondary shapes, about primary, but you also remember to do it where it makes sense. So I'm gonna do it right here, because we're gonna have a curve coming through here. So then I'll go back to vertex, and I'll move that. and move this here. And remember, it has to make sense with the overall shape. And the flow of things, right? All right, we're going to just move this down a little more. And some people may say that I use quite a bit of geometry. Some people would have gone all the way up and start working in between. I like to work like this. Yeah, and I know I'm not gonna use a lot of geometry. So we'll do that again. I'm gonna speed this up a little. So I'm just gonna be quiet and start modeling, okay? Remember, we're just gonna be using H mode and extrude and moving those vertices, okay? All right, let's do it. Sometimes if you need to fix, you know how I had this tool in the object mode and it looked not straight, sometimes you have to change it to world axis orientation, meaning that it'll change to the world, meaning the 3D space orientation. This will be the object orientation, right? So sometimes you can play back and forth and see what orientation helps you the most. All right, and so we have a very rough primary shape, you know, kind of looks like a cutout. That's what we're looking for. Not a lot of geometry, just the main shape. Next video, we'll keep going. And yeah, like I said, apologize, this week it's been busy, so it's not gonna be as long of a video. But next one we'll do more. We'll finish the block out and we'll start the secondary shapes and the details. And then third video we can start UVing and then sending it to textures. And maybe before we actually send it to texture, we'll set up a scene, very simple scene, so we can know where things are gonna go. Yeah, so after doing this, I'll suggest going to File, Save As, and then this will be Hangouts Blockout 02. Something happens to 02, you can go back to 01. All right, if this is helping you at all in any way, please subscribe, tell your friends, like the video, comment if you want to see a certain thing. Me modeling a certain thing, me doing a certain thing, please let me know. We'll continue. I might continue working on this project tonight, and then I'll do a voiceover next week, or something like that, so we can move on to this next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.